In honor of National Train Your Dog Month, today we're going to make you an offer you can't refuse. That and so much more right here on Pets on Parade. Good afternoon and welcome to Pets on Parade, brought to you by 3TV. My name is Kelsey Dickerson with the Arizona Humane Society. Thank you so much for joining us again this week. Now, of course, we have some absolutely beautiful pets who are looking to tell you all about their incredible stories, including Miss Bonnie here, who's about as sweet as they come and is so excited to meet you. And of course, we have an adorable lineup of kitten friends on today's show, starting with little Miss Dottie here, who is a kitten that is sure to make you want to run out and get a tuxedo. And Rosanna was so relieved to finally find her humans, she didn't want to take her eyes off of them for this photo. Rosanna was in and out of the shelter for more than a year and began to lose hope that she'd ever find her true home. In this time, we made her stay at AHS as comfortable as possible with lots of enrichment, toys, and new friends. And she even went home for a bit with a loving foster hero. It was only a matter of time until she found the right fit, and we are so happy that she finally did. Now it's time to meet my adorable co-host. If you're a fan of shopping, then you've probably spent way too much money at Target a time or two. Well, this little man's name is Target and knows that he's a great investment. The 4-month-old kitten was brought to AHS as an owner surrender when they just had too many pets in the home. This sweet boy loves chasing anything that moves and would love to have a nice big kitty post to scratch his cute little claws on. You can meet him at our Campus for Compassion location today. And before we introduce you to Bonnie, I want to show you this picture. No, it's not Bonnie's glow-up pic or her 10-year transformation. It's a picture of her and her furry friend who were surrendered together. Perry, they are practically twins. That's insane.
They are twins, and they're not in the buddy system, but we'd really, really appreciate it if you would take both of them home. They can go home separately, but it would be a shame to separate them. Little Bonnie, like you said, was an owner's surrender, and she came in, she was tick-infested and had an untreated skin condition, so wasn't being really taken care of very, very well. She is extremely sweet. She's very, very treat motivated, and she knows a couple of her little basics right now. She's a 10-year-old doggy, and a lot of people say, well, that's pretty old. I don't want a 10-year-old doggy. You know what? First of all, she's on the small side. She's going to have another 5-6 years, I think, of life here. And she walks very well on leash, but she's still got that strength, and she's still got a lot of pep in her step. There's a lot of advantages to having a doggy this age. You know, first of all, you know her size. This is what she's going to look like. She's house trained. She walks pretty good on leash, and she's just an all-around sweet, sweet doggy. You know her personality. All the puppy craziness is over. You know, if it's chewing, it's going to be out of boredom. It's not the teething. And look at that little mugshot she's given you. She is just a sweetie. She's a blue. She's very, very pretty, underweight. She'd be a great project to put some weight on. Like I said, she's very treat motivated, so she's going to be a sweet, sweet doggy. Please give Bonnie a chance.
Oh my gosh, yes, love it. Thank you so much. Now, this is Pig, who was accidentally let out of her home earlier this week and excitedly ran down the street in search of adventure. Before she knew it, she quickly became lost and left her family behind, worried sick. She was brought to an emergency animal clinic where they thought she may have been hit by a car and was picked up the next morning by one of our EAMTs. Upon arrival at AHS, Pig was scanned for a microchip, which was registered to the rescue that had her out years ago, and then Pig's mom, Sarah, got the call that she was in safe hands and immediately drove across the valley to our admissions department. Sarah and Pig were so relieved to be reunited and extremely thankful to both AHS and the microchip that brought them back together. Visit azhumane.org to learn more. And if there are any League of Your Own fans out there like me, then you'll be a fan of Dottie. Lisa, there's no crying in baseball.
Absolutely not. And this little girl is not going to whine one bit. She has been up here entertaining herself, playing with toys. Dottie was brought to us as an injured stray from a Good Samaritan who told us that they found her and a litter mate not doing so well. They both were found to have real bloated bellies, and luckily one of our foster heroes, Susan, did a wonderful job, stepped up, had some tough nights with these guys, some emergency appointments for Dottie back at our AHS trauma hospital. But as you can see, she is now happy, healthy, spunky as can be. And if you've ever wondered how our foster program works, we are always looking for fosters for all types: kittens, cats, puppies, dogs. Even our critters need fosters too. azhumane.foster gives you some information on about the foster program, how to do it. And if you do fall in love, it does happen. We lovingly call those foster failures, and our fosters always have first right to adopt their favorite foster pet. But luckily, Susan here, she did all the right things. She took care of this little one, made sure that she was happy, healthy, so that she could join someone else's family. So Dottie here is up for adoption, already spayed, and looking for her forever family.
Oh my gosh, and whoever that family is just has to buy a bow tie for her. That's the cutest thing. Thank you, Lisa. And did you know that there's an estimated 250,000 free roaming outdoor or stray cats in Maricopa County alone? Well, through Trap, Neuter, Return, aka TNR, and other innovative community partnerships and programs, we're committed to giving free roaming outdoor cats a better quality of life. You can learn more about how you can help our feline friends at somanycats.org. Okay, now we have to see the before on our next adorable guest. Linda, it's not hard to see why he's called Curly.
One of my favorite shows growing up as a kid is The Three Stooges, and I think Curly was the bald one, and this guy absolutely was not bald. He was found matted, though, terribly matted, had a really bad injury with a behind leg. The EMTs rescued him, and he is now groomed, and you can finally see his little face. He is very shy at this point, and if you are deciding to adopt an animal that does need to have grooming grooming as a ritual, keep that in mind, because there is an expense to that, and he probably would need a trim once a month or so. And the importance of that too is because it's also a hygienic thing too. They need to have their bottom area here groomed so that they can eliminate and go to the bathroom comfortably. The other thing that's important to remember is trimming toenails, because if the toenails get too long, it becomes really uncomfortable for them to walk. And you can hear the little clicks, maybe they limp a little bit. So it's just like with us, if we have a hangnail or too long toenails, it's uncomfortable for us with our shoes. And these guys are barefoot with long nails, so it can be very uncomfortable. I'm saying that again, but keep in mind too that when you do have a dog like this, they also need exercise and keeping their skin clean, the matting. Sometimes they get cactus and little burrs and things in their fur. So keep little Curly here in mind. He is going to be a special, special walking pal. He's 3 years old. This is Curly.
So cute. Thank you so much, Linda. And now it's impossible not to have a sweet spot for our adorable kitten friends, but especially one that's named after Perry.
Lolly, yes. Very, very sweet, too. No pun intended there. You know, she was an owner surrender brought into admissions department. And you may remember 4 or 5 years ago, we actually had a thing called Project 120. We were getting in 120 animals a day back then, and that was an average. So it could have been 200 and then 150 the next day. Think about that for a second. 120, 240 the next day, 360, so on and so forth. We have now gone to a managed intake process, which means now that you need to make an appointment when you're surrendering your animal. What does that allow us to do? We know how many animals are coming in the door that day. If we have a medical condition, we can have a vet ready to see exactly what the medical condition is of the animal. And so it just enables us to make much, much better decisions and actually able to save more lives by managing the resources better. So, we take phone calls all the time. Of course, if you have an animal that's in an emergency situation, someone finds an animal and it's sick and injured, we still do those intakes over the counter, but we were just able to manage the intake process a lot better. And before you do surrender an animal, please give us a call. We do have a pet resource center. We can do lots with that. We can get you food if you need it, medical, things, sometimes low-cost medical services we can take care of. So we've made a lot of strides, and it has just saved thousands and thousands of animals, little Lolly here being one of them.
Oh my goodness, I think he likes what you're talking about. Like, he's just loving that. Thank you so much, Perry. And are you looking to give your dog a paw forward? Well, make sure to sit and stay. We're going to talk all about AZ Humane's amazing dog training programs when we get back.